Alright, yesterday we took a look at one of the mods with Titans, so today we're going to take a look at another, Titanium Wars. As a big fan of the metal titanium, this mod's title speaks to me, even if I'm pretty sure it's also just a pun on the word Titan. Alright, all joking aside though, Titanium Wars is actually pretty similar to UA. It features late game super units, though it does eliminate the super weapons of UA, which personally I'm A-okay with. Much like UA, it has its own balance requirements, so don't go in thinking you can just force merge mods into it without issue. One advantage Titanium Wars has out of the gates though is more factions compared to UA. Now, there's a pretty notable asterisk on the statement that we'll get to, but in general, Titanium Wars just has more factions to play with. So if UA has more stuff, why would you even look at Titanium Wars? Well, there's a couple reasons, but the single biggest one in my eyes is that the campaign not only works, but is improved. You see, in core UA, the campaign isn't even an option without using a user-made submod, but even then, it makes the campaign laughably easy when you can just tech up to Titans and erase the enemy bases without much effort. Titanium Wars, in comparison, has the campaign working right from the get-go, but better still, the AI is taught to use the new tools provided to it. So sure, you can tech up to using Titans, but so can the AI. It also makes for far more interesting campaign experience, and even better, the Stronghold missions, which are sort of like the boss battles in the game, they have specific tweaks to make them even more interesting to play through. I also want to give credit to the mod. A lot of what it adds in is of a noticeably higher quality than other mods or even frankly vanilla content. So not only do you have a single player that dwarfs pretty much any other single player experience, but you've also got one that looks prettier as well. But Titanium Wars is far from faultless. Remember how I said it having all the races had a bit of an asterisk on it? Well, that's because one of the races it adds in is the Tyranids, but because of the fact that the Tyranid team hadn't been online in years, adding in the Tyranids without permission is a big no-no according to ModDB's rules. Now, I'm not going to wade into the debate about whether or not adding in other modders' content to a mod is okay if they've stopped development of that mod. Frankly, that's not my place to get involved. What it does affect though is how you have to get the mod. It's either from a somewhat skeevy looking Russian site that's basically the Wild West of mods, or by donating to the mod author's personal Patreon. Both of these options leave a somewhat sour taste in my mouth to even recommend, but whether or not that's a big enough issue for you or not, I'll leave for you to decide. What is unfortunately less easy to ignore, however, is how much less there is on display here. UA doesn't just provide new options up at the top level, it gives more options everywhere. But this is something Titanium Wars doesn't even come close to matching. Even worse, remember how I said the balance is somewhat tweaked specifically to Titanium Wars? Well, one of those aspects of balance that Titanium Wars manipulates is the complete and utter removal of aircraft. Now, aircraft were always a point of contention in Dawn of War, as their implementation wasn't exactly done great, but given that UA offers you the choice of whether or not you want to use aircraft, Titanium Wars simply does it away with them regardless of your opinion, so it's definitely a net negative in my eyes. So that's it for this one, shorter one this time around, but you've got two veteran mods for Dawn of War that have both become a staple of the community since release. If you've been hoping to see something that you've seen before though, come back tomorrow because I'm going to have the third and final contender in our 3-way free-for-all battle. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
access. Yay! Oh, salt.